What's
we're
first?
not gonna rewrite history and say that he was a bad player. He's a future Hall of Famer.
Not a bad player, a playoff choke.
Well,
artist.
that'll be part of the.
Well,
just to be clear, we still got a lot of basketball to play.
Yeah,
Sure.
this isn't over.
But I am willing to put a dollar.
Just a bad showing.
A lot of basketball to play. He's partly responsible for them even being in a position for us to have this conversation in the Eastern Conference Finals. And I'm not going to rewrite history. He's one of the best players that the game has seen. He's also an older player. He's also in the latter stages of his career, and some of that plays a part to it. And this goes back to my point that I made weeks ago. I just feel like at this stage of his career, his game hasn't evolved to something that works at this stage in his career that's worked for him decade before, where he can draw fouls, get to the free throw line, get threes. He doesn't have the blow-by speed that he once had. He doesn't have a lot of those things, a lot of the tools that made him successful. So where is the evolution in your game? How do you maintain that level of consistency and production at this stage of your career? I just don't think he's put any of those things in his bag. But when we look back at him, he's going to be a great player. But if he doesn't clean this up, that conversation has to be a part of it as well.
Yeah, when I look back, though, I think
it's not just this one, for sure.
Because as a Spurs fan, we don't forget Game 6, James Harden, he had like 10 points total. He just absolutely collapsed.
Yeah,
those are the
I'll
things
think
that
of that
bring
maybe
things onto.
down the line. I'll think about this guy's one of the best scorers of all time. I'll think about how he changed the officiating and the rules of the game. I'll think about a lot of other positive things before I think of, his playoff woes.
But
they're bad. But again, this guy he's a downright insane, just offensive scorer and one of the best to ever touch a basketball. So that's what I would think about when I think of James Harden. Obviously, he's had his struggles in the playoffs, and that's not a good thing to be talked about.
No.
But also, again, through 3 quarters, the Cavs look great. They did whatever they want to the Knicks defense, and they had them right where they want them, playing that style of basketball. Then the minute they stopped doing what got them there is when all hell broke loose.
They all froze at the same time.
Crazy.
Which was a crazy
Should have never been in that situation.
I agree with you. Through the 3 quarters, we haven't talked about anybody else, so we probably should. Donovan Mitchell had 26 points in 3. And then in the 4th, in overtime, he had 3 points, 1 of 6. Like we just said, Chandler, it's like the whole team just shut down and ran out of bounds.
They played keep away.
Yeah.
They didn't play keep away. They didn't play aggressive basketball. They didn't put any pressure on the New York Knicks. And if anything, they allowed them to gain momentum from a team that was asleep for 3 quarters. You want to put them out of their misery. 18 points, they probably thought was enough. And then you start fouling and doing all of those type of things, trying to junk the game up. I just thought it was a bad message to send to your team at that time. If you got 7.5, 8 minutes of basketball left in the game and you're playing hack-a-shack, you're telling your team that we're playing keep away. That is the message that you're sending. So, it was up to Donovan Mitchell or James Harden on the floor to say, hey, we off that.
Yeah.
We off that. Let's get this thing moving again. Let's get this thing moving and grooving. And I think they just trusted their coach in that moment, and they took their foot off the gas and it bit them for it.
Yeah, it's almost like they were just surprised but came in the 4th quarter that, oh my God, we're up 20. Let's just milk this clock and get the hell out of here, stealing game 1. That's what it felt like. They stopped doing everything that worked. They stopped playing fast. They stopped taking wide open shots or 3-on-2, 3-on-1 fast breaks, and they wanted to get to the 20, 21, 22 seconds in the shot clock before they would just hoist an awful shot and Jalen Brunson would just go down. Come here, James Harden.
They got some open, and they got some clean open looks too. That would have stopped the bleed, but
the momentum was gone.
The momentum was gone.
With 4
time
minutes
and time
left
again, I seen this. It was about 3 possessions.
They killed their own momentum.
They got wide open 3-pointers that could have stopped the bleeding, and they missed those shots. And in return, New York pushed the ball down their backs, and they got everything they wanted in transition threes or attacking the rim and getting and ones. It was a total meltdown. We can harp on it all day, but from top to bottom, they just took their foot off the gas and played with zero aggression from the 8-minute mark on.
Do this with 3, 4, 5 minutes left in the game. 7, 8 minutes? That's ridiculous.
It was. I think even Mike Breen, I think they sounded a little shocked that it was happening so early in the game.
Mike Breen gave us a bang early. He was expecting a 3.
Dang it. That's
about it. Those 3 was cash.
By the way, something to keep your eye on. Donovan Mitchell did appear at one moment to be a little hobbled, but he's denying any injury, so that's something that's not going to help anybody at all. I got to believe him that he's okay. He better be okay. That's all I'm saying. He better be okay. Which duo is under more pressure in this bad boy? Brunson Cat, Mitchell Harden.
I don't think either. I don't think either is under that much pressure. And the reason I say that, I mean, this is a great spot for both teams. If both teams' season was to end right now, I believe so. I think it was a success for both teams.
Before the 8-minute mark, I would have said Brunson and
I think Mitchell and Harden, I don't even think it's close. I think Mitchell
They're in the Eastern Conference Finals.
I think Mitchell and Harden, because first of all, Harden just got traded there to be this guy and got traded for a young asset piece in Darius Garland, who's had a lot of success there. Never got this far, but that's a young piece moving forward. And Donovan Mitchell I feel like he's kind of underrated at this point. We don't give him the flowers he deserves. But last year, he played for the Coach of the Year, Kenny Atkinson, right?
Sure.
And the guy that's going to win the Coach of the Year this year, J.B. Bickerstaff, was his coach for the 3 or 4 years before that. He has had, so you can't blame coaching. You can't blame front office. They have done their job. I think there's a lot of pressure on Donovan Mitchell, who's always been a great regular season player. Now you have an opportunity where it's not like you're playing against this juggernaut, crazy favorite team. Like, I think there's real pressure here, or there's going to be some changes here.
I think there's pressure on both sides. The question is more pressure to make the NBA Finals. I think
this was an easy one.
I think, you can sway it towards the Cavaliers because that's been the team that's made all of the movements. But also, let's not forget how Cat got to New York. Let's not forget that as well. So it can go both ways. But right now, in this moment, it got to be the team that went out and got James Harden at the trade deadline to put you in this position. They did that move.
I disagree.
Over the last 2 years, they've been a better team than the New York Knicks on paper.
Right. I get that, but
both teams had a better season this year than they did the previous.
They did that move.
That's why I say. That's why I feel like there's no pressure on either side. Like both teams improved from the previous year. Both teams are now at a step they haven't been at before. If both teams were to end their season right now, I don't look at either side as saying we failed this season.
Can I offer a counter?
I don't think either way is a failure. We're talking pressure. Who has more pressure to bring it home?
They just made an in-season move to get better now and to ultimately win a championship in Cleveland with adding James Harden.
And they got better.
But is better just getting to one round further and losing to the Knicks?
But you make that 22-point lead. You make that move to get here. And we're talking about James Harden who can walk in the offseason and do all of those things. Like, you make all of these moves to get here. Now, New York has, what you said, you make a great point when you say both of these teams have gotten to a position this year that they haven't got in before. But only one of these teams has made these moves to put themselves in this position right away, and that's that's
all right,
Cleveland.
so I'm just gonna say this because I disagree with you guys. I think it's 100% Brunson and Cat, and here's why. You have an owner who never speaks, who did an interview and said finals or bust. You have an owner who fired a coach even though they made it to the conference finals.
And first of all, it ain't Brunson because nothing's gonna happen.
It's not Brunson,
so
but
Cat
I think
maybe gets traded.
I think if they don't make it, that there are going to be changes because it's not a stable owner.
But how silly is that? You finally get to the Eastern Conference Finals, you're going to make this crazy move?
You're acting like I think this makes sense. I don't think it makes sense, but I'm telling you, I think Brunson and Cat are under more pressure because they have a little bit more of an unstable situation behind the scenes.
Well, they're not playing like they're under a lot.
Oh, I know, but they can't.
You just mentioned for a minute straight how James Harden, you're going to remember him as a bad playoff player. Isn't that pressure for him to feel that right now?
No, because I already assumed that about him. These other two guys, they lost a coach who went to the conference finals. Like, there's pressure. They may not feel it, but it's there.
Cat 6 months ago didn't even know his role when he was in training camp.
And he gets moved first if they don't make it.
Oh, Brunson ain't going anywhere. That's what I'm saying. There's zero pressure on Jalen Brunson.
Yeah,
he ain't going.
Brunson's fine. Cat? And also, Kid just lost his job yesterday, Jason, and so maybe that coaching change is going to happen. We will talk about that firing after the break. Oh, Karan Butler's here! Woohoo! We'll also talk to Karan.
What's happening?
Man, I was fine.